Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. In this video, we are ammo testing this Bergara B-14 Wilderness Ridge Carbon. That is a mouthful, but long story short, this is a 308 Winchester Bergara 20-inch carbon barrel. These babies come in at just over 6 pounds. I'm looking at their website. 6.4 pounds, which is lightweight for a bullet slinger. When you pick it up in your hands, you absolutely can tell, wow, that's lighter than your average bear. But we're ammo testing it, just like every other thing that I get my hands on. When you pick up your hunting rifle, you definitely want to test it out and see what ammo works the best before you go out in the field. You can't just pick up a random 308 box of bullets and then go try to chase some deers. You really need to take your time, find what works best out of your particular, in this case, Bergara. So that's what we're doing today. The whole rig, I'll give you the end to end. I've got a Blackhound on top. Go check out Blackhound if you need some scopes. We get big discounts on them. Look in the description for that. But got a Caldwell bipod on the front and my Banish 30 gold shusher machine from Silencer Central on the end. We're going to put everything through the can, save the little hearing I have left. What ammo are we doing? No particular order. Remington Premier Match. These are 168 grains. I think that these will do well. When I sighted it in, I got a 0.7-inch group out of that Bergara. Bergara with these. Bergara also has an MOA guarantee. We got it with this. And also some steel case, believe it or not. We're also going to test out Remington's Core Lock Tipped in the 150 grain. Also the 165 grain. That's the Core Lock Tipped. Also the 180 grain. So all three grain weights that Remington loads the Core Lock Tipped, the 150, 165, and the 180. We're also going to test the OG old school Remington Core Lock stuff. This is 150 grain PSPs. And then we're also going to test out Remington's brand new Premier Long Range. This stuff has the Spear Impact bullets. These are in 308 Winchester, loaded in 172 grain weight. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different loadings that we're testing out in this Bergara. Comment down below, which one do you think is going to do best? This 20-inch barrel has a 1 to 10 twist. And like I said, I already know from sighting it in, we got a 0.7-inch group with this 168 grainer Premier Match. 168 grain tends to be a sweet spot for some bullet slingers. I kind of want to vote for this to win, but that's why we do these videos. We're going to do everything from 150 grain all the way up to 180 grain and 4 others in and around in between. Let's get right to the range, get right to the footage. I'm going to show you the footage at the range, then we're going to come back and measure them all with the calipers using paper plates. The circles in the middle, guys, are a penny that I traced, 0.75 inch, just to give you some reference. The what's the cross diameter of the circles. But let's get right to the range, see what this thing likes best, see if we can beat that 0.7 that we originally got with the match stuff. Hopefully we can. Check it out. Here we go, guys. Out at the range at Heavy Metal. Conditions are absolutely perfect. Completely calm day, not a lick of wind, not a cloud in the sky, and it's about 75 degrees. So we'll slow down, do my absolute best. I tried to film this at a public range the other day, and I just stopped because all the, 300 Win Mag with a brake on it right beside me just was giving me the jumps. And I really wanted this test to be absolute precision, the best we could do. First we're loading up here is the 180 grain Core Lock Tipped. Let's see how it does. I'm going to do a group of 3 of each. Go put it up in the shade, let it completely cool, check the cameras every time, and everything has a fair playing field. Not a single one of these is going to be dealing with heat or whatever. But I'm going to turn off the yapping and we're just going to fling all these, and I'm going to let it cool in between all of them, do my absolute best here. 100 yards. I'm gonna go let it cool. Just based off my experience, I did not expect the 180 grains to do well out of this Bergara. 1 in 10 twist. But I'm gonna let it cool and then we're gonna grab another. Next that we're doing is 3 of the Premier Long Range. This stuff is brand new from Remington, just announced at SHOT Show if I'm not mistaken. This is a middleweight 172 grain spear projectile. In my head, I think this Bergara will like this stuff, but we don't know until we try. That's why we do these videos. So let's see how it likes them. Alright, we're gonna go put it in the shade again and come back with some more. Alright, back to 100% complete cool. This is the one that I think is gonna win. We'll see what happens, but the Premier Match 168 grain, I think, is what this Bergara is gonna like. Could be wrong, but let's see. And that was a good one. Those two are touching. You'll let it cool, and then next up looks like the 165 grain core lock tips. Alright, back again. Let it cool. This video's taking forever, but it'll be worth it. The 165 grain core lock tipped is what we got here now. See how this stuff does. So far the Premier Match is winning, it looks like. And that was a good squeeze. So far that Premier Match is winning. We're gonna let it cool and come back with, it looks like, 150 grain core lock. Alright, test number 5. This is the OG core lock, 150 grain PSP stuff. We got cold barrel again. Let's see how this stuff does. Sometimes, believe it or not, I've had this old school core lock do better than some of the tip stuff. Just depends on the boot-lock slinger you pick up and what it likes. That's why we do these. Old school 150 grain core lock. And that's our best group of the day. So let's stop and talk about that real quick. So if you pick up something like this Bergara, which nobody would argue with me is a fantastic boot-lock slinger, really high quality, nice barrel, lots of nice features, fantastic trigger, you might be inclined to go to your local store and pick up the most expensive boot-locks to feed it. But that is 100% not the way that it works. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. This is literally why we do these tests, guys. That's the best group of the day. So we're gonna let this cool. Be interesting to see. Next coming up is the 150 grain core lock tipped. So the same grain weight, but the tipped round. So let's let this cool and grab the next ones. All right, guys, so now we're back. And if we got another core lock tipped, this is in the 150 grain. Let's do 3 out of these and see what happens. Gonna be interesting. This Bergara liked the 150s of the normal core lock. We'll see if it likes the tip stuff. Good squeeze. Oh, and that third one kicked out. Oh, that makes me want to do some more, but that's real world. That's what happened, man. But I really want to do some more. All right, so I set it there at the range that I wanted to test some more. What I did was take both of these 150 grainers that did pretty good and tested them out again. Let's check out that footage. Then I'm going to measure all these paper plates with the calipers and see how well we did. All right, guys, so clear winners in this one. I'm going to get right to the facts here. Let's go over everything. I just measured everything with the calipers. Let's go. Core lock tipped, 180 grain, 2.56 inch group. Next, the Premier long range, 172 grain, much better, 1.3 inch group. Still not under that 1 MOA though. Core lock tipped, 165 grain, 1.68 inches. Then we did the core lock tipped, 150 grain, 0.90. There we go, under a 1 inch group. Then I'm going to set that one to the side. Then we did the Premier match, right at a 1 inch group, a 1.01 inch. This is also the one in my sighting in video. I got 0.7 inch groups out of this stuff. So on a different day, I got 0.7 inch groups out of this stuff. Meh, is what it is. What's another one? Now, core lock. This is the old school 150 grain core lock. Best groups of the day, guys. 0.51 inch group. And I'm going to set this to the side. That's half MOA. That's pretty hard to do with just about anything. Then, let's go over the two best there. So third place was Remington Premier Match. That's this stuff. On previous day, I got 0.7 inch with the 168 grain. That right there. But then today, it got 1 inch groups. Then the two best that I did 2 groups of to verify the data, both 150 grainers. The old school core lock PSP, and then the 150 grain core lock tip, which came out about a year ago. So, how did that stuff do? Well, the core locked was the clear winner. And interestingly enough, I got 2 groups, both a 0.51 inch group. So, the first one is right here. 0.51 inch group. Down here. And then I got another one, a 0.51 inch group up here. You might say, well, why in the world did this one hit down here and then that one hit above? Well, you can see on this one I put attempt number 2. There was an attempt number 3. There was an attempt number 2 in here where I spent about an hour trying to figure out the problem. Well, my shusher machine came loose on the end of the barrel and it was throwing them all over the place. So I had to tighten that back down, re-sight it in, and make sure everything was squared up. That's why I was hitting in 2 different spots, right there and right there. You can see where I X'd out. This is one of the squirrely ones where I finally realized, ooh, I'm going to tighten this can up and re-sight it in. But got a 0.51 twice with the core locked 150 grain green and yellow box. That's what that Bergara liked the best. But then the core lock tipped came in second place also. Just about duplicated the results there as well. Pretty interesting, huh? Up and down groups with a 0.90 150 grain core lock tipped and a 0.88 inch group 150 grain core lock tipped. It's good when you can duplicate the data and further verifies that everything was happening like it should have. And then again, core locked original formula 0.51 inch groups twice verified the data. So there you have it, guys. Blue light tested this Bergara B-14 Wilderness Ridge Carbon, and guess what? It likes 150 grainers, and this one liked the old school core locked the best. Interestingly enough, I also have a 7mm 08 that likes that loading the best. But that's why we do these videos, guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that stuff will work the best in your Bergara, but 150 grainers, probably a good starting point if your goal is to get the craziest precision groups that you can. Now, depending on what you're doing, might depend on what you're going to start with in your testing. Are you doing long range stuff? Are you deer hunting at 100 yards? Are you mule deer hunting at possibly 400 or 500 yards? But you get your Bergara, I highly recommend you do a test similar to this. 150 grainers might be a good place for you to start, but definitely put yours through its paces, and hey, let me know what yours likes the best. But this is our Bergara B-14 Wilderness Ridge Carbon Bow Light testing. Appreciate y'all watching. I tried to edit it quick and not make it a super long, boring video. But hey, make sure you're subscribed. We got videos coming out just like this every single day. Truly, truly appreciate y'all watching. Real stuff out here, guys. Seeing what this Bergara liked. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hoo-dee-hoo!